Well, guys, just like I figured, not 2 days later, here we are again with another weekly comic book haul, except this time the books are on time and it's for the books that came out this past Wednesday. I'm only holding 5 books in my hand. It's the 5th week of a month, so whenever we get 5 Wednesdays in a month, we get a very light week at the end of the month now. 5 physical books here, maybe double plus one or two more digital this week. DC's not doing any of their annuals. I guess they're tooling up for Rebirth, and also they're in the issue 50s this month. And Marvel, why didn't Marvel bring out? Anyway, beside all that, before we get into any of these books, I want to say two things really quickly because I don't have any new news because we did the weekly comic book haul 2 days ago and nothing's really changed in 2 days. But I do want to make mention of two things really quick. One is a disclaimer. If you guys notice I'm looking this way a lot now, it's because we've gone full time with the webcam. We stopped using the digital camera, and now I could see what you guys are seeing in the video. And sometimes I watch to see if I'm sitting in the right place, if I'm in the middle of the frame, or if I'm holding something up and you notice that the book's only half and you see my face going like that. I'm not being distracted. I'm actually watching what I'm showing you guys to make sure that I'm showing you guys what I want in the video, because now I can actually see it and it's not a screen behind a camera. So, little disclaimer there. And the second thing and most important thing, and what's going to take up the rest of the news segment here, is I'm going to restate the things I said on Dark Avenger, the announcements I made on Dark Avenger Live, because they're pretty important. And they're so important that I'm actually going to make this haul video have a special sorta, a little quote title, and also it's 2 hauls in a row, so I figured it'd be nice to give it something special. And it's going to say we're moving, and I don't want you guys to get scared. I don't want you guys to stress out. For those of you that didn't watch Dark Avenger Live, we're not moving houses, number one. And number two, I'm not closing this channel either. However, changes are being made, and they're pretty major, and I want to keep you guys informed about it. So, after watching, and I want you guys to know, this is, I lost count of how many times I'm doing this now. I've done this beginning and going into this news piece and into the news, this part, this restating, at least 50 times, because either I'm saying it wrong or I'm not liking the way I'm saying it, or it's just not coming out the way I want it to. So hopefully this time it works. I'm just going to talk straight from the heart. I'm going to be straight with all you guys completely, and hopefully this time it comes out right. But anyway, after watching Mike Spider Slayer's video this week, it really got me to sit down and think about a lot of things. My life, the work I'm doing online, and YouTube especially, those being the major factors. And when I say life, I also mean my family. For the past 2 months, I've been teeter-tottering on doing something or not doing something. After watching Mike Spider Slayer's video, talking with my friends, whom I consider like my family, on Comic Frontline, and just sitting down and thinking about it on my own, I came to the conclusion, or the indifference finally changed to, yeah, I'm going to do this. And, 6 months ago, I left my job to work at home. And when I did that, I made the announcement that I was really going to try to re-energize the channel, really try to build it back up again to where I originally wanted it to be way back when I first started this channel 5-ish years ago. I don't even remember how long ago. It's been years, just blend together for me. Anyway, and I love how it kind of contradicted. I went back into my videos, into my announcements and everything, just to watch how things have changed. When I started this channel, I wanted it to be an everything channel. Halfway through, I stated that this was a comic review channel, and that is what this channel was going to be about. And then I contradicted that and explained that in September by saying that this was going to go to an everything channel. And I brought in a bunch of new shows. We started doing Mail Time, which is once a week. We started doing other reviews on here. Started Cards. Anime Weekly began in January. And yeah, I just tried a bunch of different things to really add more content to this channel. And I really tried to re-energize it. And as much as I tried to, as much as I've done, there were some things that didn't make it, that didn't come out of the announcements. They didn't make it into fruition yet, or ever really will. Some will later on down the road, but others I don't see happen. Anyway, beside that, the goal was, and when it comes to my videos, let me explain this. Maybe this will help out with my explanation. I have three goals whenever I do a video. Any video, regardless where it is. Here, Comic Frontline, doing a podcast with Brant, or my podcast on my own, Zone 4, Frontline Gaming Zone, Brooklyn Boys. I always have three goals. And it could be the same for you guys. It could be different. Everybody's different. And for those of you that want to get into YouTubing, these are, in my opinion, some goals you should have. And the first one being the most important. Number one is to have fun and enjoy what I'm doing. I love doing every single video, every single podcast, every single thing that I've done on YouTube. I love it because I love doing the videos, and I love that it reaches out to people and it really touches them. Whether it be informatively or inspirationally or whatever, I love doing it. It's not a job. It's not like, oh, I have to film a weekly comic book haul. Here we go. Sits down, turns. No, I am like, Mike, it's time. We got to do the weekly comic book haul. Here we go. Plop. Here we go. Let's have some fun. Let's have some. Okay, I'm not that energetic, but you understand the point. Don't give me that look, Michael. I'm not that energetic, but I enjoy it. I'm not feeling like I have to do it. So you have to love what you do. And this is especially for people new to YouTube. If you want to do videos, make sure you enjoy what you do. My second goal is to, like I said, entertain, inform, or inform, or reach out to as many people as possible in whatever I'm doing in my video. So if it's Brooklyn Boys, it's always to entertain. If it's here, it's to inform you guys about comics, toys, or whatever else I'm reviewing or spotlighting. And if it's just something where I'm talking like a vlog or whatever, it's just to reach out and to just have some conversation and have a great time. With the live show is more of just talking with people and having fun. Third thing is exposure and reaching out to as many people as possible. That is a goal that I think every YouTuber has, is to have the best views as humanly possible. And the number one thing has always happened with me. I've always had fun doing everything on this channel, everything on Frontline, everything everywhere. Unfortunately, with this channel, as time moved forward in those 6 months, things got better and those two goals were being met. But slowly and surely, those two goals were slowly not hitting where I wanted them to be. And I started to question the channel, started to question myself. Is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Do people not like me? Do people not like the channel? And the truth is, when Dark Avenger Inc. started, which then became Comic Frontline, I literally only did the comic haul and the comic reviews on this channel. And that was for at least 2 or 3 years. So this channel became just that for so long that I guess when I try to do all the different things like what we do on Frontline, which I really feel, I don't want to talk about how conflicted I feel on the inside about actually, doing a lot on here. And I feel it did take me away from doing other things on Frontline and other things in other places. But it wasn't reaching those last two goals that I have. So I actually did a test, and you guys didn't know about it. And I made a test video. I did a video on Frontline, and I posted it. And that video got 3 times those two goals than any video I've done on this channel in the past 2 months. And that was like putting the nail in, I don't want to say that, that's a horrible analogy. That was any analogy's bad. That was basically the point where I'm like, okay, I'm not doing an analogy, those are horrible. That was the point where I said, okay, we're going to do this. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be taking 90% of the content on this channel and doing one of two things with it. Either it's going to be moved to Comic Frontline, for example, toy reviews, let's builds, spotlights. I'm also in talks about bringing back certain series we've done on Comic Frontline. There's a teaser coming up for another series that hasn't been on Comic Frontline yet, but I've done before on different channels. And now finally it's making it to Comic Frontline, where it's going to be a huge debut, hopefully. Anime Weekly, which is a show Jeremy and I do. All those things are going to be moving over, plus other shows that I'm not mentioning, that I haven't mentioned yet, will be either moving over to Comic Frontline or being canceled to free up some more time so that I can get, really into my work and spend some more time with other things that are important. But Yeah, so I want to say that 90% of the stuff is being moved and very little is being canceled. But to be honest, I'm gauging what I can and can't do now. And we're going to take it from there. But for the most part, the things that you guys have been seeing on this channel, I mean, I've been trying to give you guys a video a day. You're probably going to see most of that translate into Comic Frontline, and you're going to be seeing more stuff from me on there. Comic Frontline is something I believe that, you know, everybody on Comic Frontline has put their heart and soul in, and I'm not going to state things in general, but I feel like my focus has been focal point. Very good. My focus went from Frontline for a while, selfishly, in my opinion, but I'm sure everybody on Frontline would say, no, Chris, you're not selfish. It selfishly kind of went a little bit back to, you know, focusing on this channel a bit, trying to bring it back, and that's why a lot of the stuff that I used to do on Frontline kind of fell off because I was so busy trying to work on this channel that I didn't have time to work on everything else that I've been doing. And long story short, for multiple reasons, that's why I decided everything is going to be moving over to Comic Frontline except three things. And those are basically the three things that are the core of Dark Avenger C86. First thing being what you're watching right now, the weekly comic book haul. This is something I do every Friday. I enjoy doing it. I show you guys the books that we're going to be doing in the next comic review. We show you guys what we got. We did take away stuff because of mail time. Now there's no extras anymore. But for now, I believe the weekly comic book haul is a very strong show, and it's something that we've been doing for 100+ weeks now. So that's something that definitely, and everybody comes and watches. These are the three shows that get the most views, by the way, on this channel also. So that also says something, that these are the core of the channel. So the weekly comic book haul is one. Number two, the review. The Dark Avenger comic review will be remaining on this channel. It's gone through the motions, everybody. It's gone from a review to a countdown to and a comic review to individual reviews to Mike doing his review and me doing my review when Mike was busy. I'm sure there will be other tests that we do down the road, but it'll always essentially be the Dark Avenger comic review. We are now at 335, I think, are these books this week, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, we're going to keep going strong with the Dark Avenger comic review. That is the longest running series on this channel and the heart and soul of this channel. So we're not going to take that away. And then finally, and this is the heart and soul of every week as well, Dark Avenger Live every Friday night at 9 o'clock. Yes, that will be remaining on this channel as well. So those are the three shows you guys will be seeing on a weekly basis starting this coming Monday, because we are in a new month and now is the time to do it. So after Anime Weekly, which covers the animes from this past week, that's why Anime Weekly will be going on this channel for one more show at least. Everything will be moving over or moving over to Comic Frontline or being canceled, and from there we go to the three core shows. Outside the Pages will also remain on this channel, and now that Tommy's older, I feel like I'll have more, you know, content for it, and it'll be more fun to do also. I still have clips, believe it or not, from the end of last summer, which I want to show you guys, and I will at some point do a video, even if it's just spotlighting what happened last summer, because they were really fun. It was the aquarium. Anyway, I will be doing there will be an Outside the Pages every now and again. No definitive date, no when it's coming out or anything. The Dark Avenger podcast on SoundCloud will continue. Whether the audio from the other shows I do go on SoundCloud is still to be determined. But the Dark Avenger podcast that's exclusive to my SoundCloud will continue on my SoundCloud. And I'll probably keep, you know, all the shows that are on SoundCloud on there, pending if they're on or canceled. So, and maybe the Dark Avenger podcast at some point will go to a weekly format. I don't know, and I'm not promising that right now. It's a possibility, though. Yeah, so that's basically it. Things are moving, and the three core things are staying here. SoundCloud is still going to go according to, you know, the way it's been. We're still going to have fun on Dark Avenger Live every Friday. And it'll be more stuff for Comic Frontline. So for those of you, and I doubt this because I've already asked everybody on my live show, I'm sure each and every one of you that are watching this video are subscribed to Comic Frontline. If you're not, go over to Comic Frontline, because that's where you guys are going to be seeing myself and Michael the most now. On this channel, you're going to be seeing us Friday, one day on the weekend, and Saturday because Friday's the live show, Saturday's when we get our comic books, and then probably Sunday, Monday is when we do the comic review. Everything else is going to be moving over to Comic Frontline. So if you're not subscribed, please go there and subscribe right now. This way you won't miss out on any of the stuff that we had planned for this channel that we still will be doing over on Frontline. Patreon is still pending as well. I'm still in talks with people to help me out with that. I'm really excited for the work I'm doing. I hope you guys are excited for it too. It's also a lot of things that I'm taking off my plate are so that I can get back to a little bit more work as well. So I have something else for you guys to be entertained with in a paper format. So hopefully that'll be good. And I have something pretty major that I'll be making an announcement of in May, which will be taking a bit of my time as well. So from there, that says why that was another reason why I was teeter-tottering. But I'm really happy that everybody on Comic Frontline was so open to, the idea. I had mentioned it to them. I said my idea, and they were like, yeah, we're having a meeting this week instead of doing a live show, so we're going to be talking over all the new stuff and all this stuff. We're really planning something big. I'm not going to say what we're planning, but we're planning something big for Rebirth, and Mike and I have something special, and I've got a couple of things that I'm lining up from myself for Frontline that I think you guys will really like, and hopefully things will work out for the best. And that's all I can say is that, hopefully everything works out for the best. Hopefully you guys stay here and enjoy the core videos and live show that I do here. And hopefully you guys will enjoy all the stuff that I've done on here on Comic Frontline. Comic Frontline is the definitive place to go for comic book news reviews and everything else. The people I'm with, I don't work with them, I'm with on Comic Frontline are amazing. I love watching their videos, and I'm a part of Comic Frontline, and I watch the videos on Frontline, and I watch their videos. They're amazing. If you all watch Comic Frontline, I feel like I'm promoting something to people that it's like trying to sell something to somebody that already bought it. It's an amazing group of people, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We have our live shows on Tuesday. I love doing it, and I love working or being with everybody on Frontline, and it's a lot of fun, it's an everything channel. I talked about wanting this channel to be an everything channel when I had an everything channel that I was working on already, and can't say we didn't try. You guys are amazing, each and every one of you that have followed me from day one to now, or whatever point you started on this channel and have stuck with me through everything. I appreciate you. I love you guys. And Comic Frontline is as much of a part of my life and my channel as it is with everybody else's channel on Comic Frontline anyway. So it's not like I'm going too far. It's like I'm moving bedrooms. I'm going from this bedroom over to the Comic Frontline bedroom to record. So nothing's leaving. Some things will be ending, but everything's staying basically the same. It's just being put somewhere else. That's all. And before I completely talk myself into a corner again, or say something I don't like and then end up having to redo this again, let's get into the books that came out this week. It's a very short week. So first and foremost, we got Back to the Future, issue number 6. Let's see if this series gets any better. I'm excited for Godzilla Oblivion number 1, even though I've looked through the book already and I didn't see much of Godzilla, but maybe we'll see him soon. We got Satan's Hollow number 1, a new book out of Zenescope. Mike and I both will probably be checking that out. We got Ghostbusters International issue number 3. Got King Conan issue 4, which Michael has not been liking Conan. And speaking of Conan, we got Conan the Avenger issue number 4. These two books come out back to back, and they've been Mike's worst pick 2 times in a row. Let's see if we get a even or an odd 3 in a row. Speaking of 3, we've got Fate issue number 3. Mike's been loving this series, and I believe there's only one more issue till its end. Got Grim Tales of Terror issue number 6, another series Mike's been really enjoying a lot. Got Red Agent issue 3 of 5. Lots of Zenescope books this week. Awesome stuff. Alright, now we've got the grand finale, everybody. Batman and Robin Eternal issue 26. Oh, I started reading it already, and man, I can't wait. Alright, this book is going to get more of an honorable mention. There is stuff that happens in here, and I definitely want to talk about it, and it's Captain America issue number 7. Stuff happens in here that's very important that I definitely want to talk about. Then we've got All New X-Men issue number 7. Scott Summers is in peril. X-Men 92 is back. Issue number 1. Really excited for that. We've got Star Wars Darth Vader 18. Mike's moved to a digital format with Darth Vader. And then finally, we've got Hercules issue number 5. And that's all our digital books, so that's about 10 plus books-ish. So, speaking of returns, we've got Sonic Universe issue number 83. Eggman's Dozen issue, first part to the Eggman's Dozen story arc. So, Mike's happy all of his Sonic books are back. We've got Street Fighter X G.I. Joe issue number 2, now down to a $3.99 format. Thank you, God. But there is one $5 book that came out of IDW, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Deviation. I've already looked through this book. Oh, this is going to be, and it's not because it's the Turtles. Everybody's already going to jump at me because it's like, oh, you're doing it because it's the Turtles. No. I've seen all the Deviation books. I was disappointed with G.I. Joe. I didn't read X-Files, but Mike liked it. And Transformers was very good because it followed the movie. But as everybody stated on Frontline Live,
Ghostbusters.
And Mike, you didn't like Ghostbusters. And everybody stated the Transformers one was because there were too many plot holes. It was too much crunched into one book. This book, artwork, story, so far, because I didn't finish it yet, it looks like it's going to be the best book out of Deviation. So quote me if you must. Got Saga issue 35. And then finally, the only Big 2 book that's in a physical form, and it is actually a Neil Adam variant, Justice League of America issue number 8. I love this cover. I'm kind of glad that after this story arc, there's like a 2-issue story arc, and then Justice League of America is taking a break until September. Like when Rebirth starts, Justice League of America, I think, is going in June, and that's going to be the last issue. There's like a issue and an annual, and then they're kind of taking a break. I think that's great because it gives them time to just relax and figure out what they want to do with JLA when it comes back. I'm really excited for Rebirth. I'm literally at the edge of my seat because we're only about a month away now. Free comic book day is coming up pretty soon as well. So guys, that's it for this weekly comic book haul. Hopefully I did it right this time with the announcement, restating it. If not, you can go over to Dark Avenger Live and watch me struggle through my words there because that was live and I couldn't cut and re-record it. So yeah, so hopefully everything works out for the best. I know it will. I know that things are just going to get better with Comic Frontline, especially with Rebirth coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And things for this channel will get back to a bit of a norm, and hopefully things will be great for this channel as well. Till then, everybody, links in the description below. Check them out in your spare time. Feel free to comment below about the announcement, about any of the books here, recommendations. Love hearing from you guys, and we will answer your guys' comments in the comments below. Till next time, everybody, take care. Keep reading, keep collecting. We'll see you guys really soon in the next video.